What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to another playoff roundup. And it was an exciting weekend of basketball. 2 Game 7s actually. This morning was the second of the 2 Game 7s. My name is Jeremy Tan and kasama pa rin natin, Komish.
Yes.
Ano masasabi mo? Great Game 7s.
Yeah, 2 great Game 7s. 2 different Game 7s. Kumbaga. Kahapon kasi parang yung 5 on 5 lang yung laban eh. 'Di ba? Parang it was really very very conservative Game 7. The coaches just went with 5 players each.
Yeah.
Basically. Diba?
Total bench points nga 9 points lang ito or 7. Parang ganun. 1 player lang.
9. Connaughton lang. Doon sa Nets, totally pati attempts, 0 attempts yung bench. So totally nothing. And sabi ko kanina when I was watching the Hawks and the Sixers, Hawks Sixers, sabi ko different eh. Parang feeling ko ang difference nun, it was last kahapon, may Giannis, may KD. The quality of play kahapon talagang ibang level eh compared to the Sixers.
They had superstars that were mismatches talaga.
Yes.
For everyone, kumbaga. And yung series kanina, yung game kanina, that would have been Embiid eh, kaso mukhang hobbled talaga si Embiid eh.
Hobbled siya, plus I think marami
kailan kasi yung may advantage dun eh.
Yeah, marami yung kasabi parang it's up to the coach din. I guess hindi rin tama yung plays. I mean, he's hobbled pero yung play nila was really Embiid at the free throw line. If you can see majority. And then hindi kung hobbled siya, di dapat, 'di ba? He stayed there taking outside shots. Pero he was trying to get to the rim din naman eh. Although he had to put the ball on the floor. Like yung last na steal ni Gallinari.
Yeah.
It was what happened kasi he had to put the ball on the floor. Natapikan siya.
Hindi, yun nga yung yung diba? Na-observe ko yung second half of the game kanina. Well, I wasn't able to watch the first half. So, the second half of the game, parang Embiid was not posting up.
Yeah.
It was just yung old Embiid.
Yeah.
Getting comfortable sa tres, pulling up, tapos ISO basketball. Pero yung biggest advantage talaga ni Embiid is in the post which is I felt na they could have went there and no one could have stopped him.
Yes,
diba?
Yes, that's true. I think it's up to the coach din siguro. If you're saying na injured siya, I agree injured siya. Pero I guess if you're injured, mabilis naman pumoste. Di ba?
Dapat nga
diba?
Hindi ko alam kasi hindi naman ako pumoposte.
I mean, instead of you're gonna
pero dapat mas
diba?
mas physically mas hindi siya training for you.
Yeah.
So yun. So the Bucks move on by inches. If KD would have made that stepped a little further, baka tanggal na rin si Bucks.
Magbibigay ako ng 3 takes ko from the Bucks Nets. Fast lang. Una, KD is the best player in the league right now. Bar none. Let's not talk about LeBron.
And two-way yan Like, if you see the defense he put out there, anchor din siya sa defense eh.
Yes, that's true. So, kaya nga parang for me, Kawhi is good. LeBron is, I think, past his prime. Pero good pa rin. Pero wala It's really KD. Jokic and the MVP and the whatever, wala when it comes down to the playoff, when it comes down to you need buckets, when it comes down to clutch, and comes down to someone na mas sure ball, yung tipong when she shoots the ball more or less pass off, it's really KD. It's really KD. So he's the best player in the league right for me.
Yeah.
And no question about it. Pangalawa sa Bucks Nets is that the Bucks are the favorites now. And it's theirs to lose. This championship is theirs to lose in my opinion lang. And pangatlo, the Nets will be scary next year. They should not overreact to this loss. I think as long as they'll be healthy next year, I don't see anybody beating them. As long as they're healthy, well, I think naman, lahat ng malas nakuha na nila this year. So next year might be their year already.
Yeah. I agree. Next year would be a different year for them. Parang ito yun Parang ito yung Miami.
Yeah.
LeBron Miami, di ba? The first year. Although that LeBron Miami went to the finals. They just lost sa finals. But they were healthy throughout the playoffs. Unlike this Nets team wherein na-injure si Kyrie. Pero
alam mo, nakakatawa dyan. If Harden was not injured, Kyrie was out for the whole time, KD and Harden lang, I think they'll be the favorites na diba? They would easily beat everybody
if 100%
else.
Harden, 100% si Harden, I think they could have, he was getting a little bit of his groove na eh. He was taking more shots, driving a little bit more. So medyo, siguro if nakalagpas sila dito sa box na to,
they would have won.
They would have at least went to the finals. Finals. Kasi I think versus the Hawks, may panalo pa rin naman ng Hawks. May swerte pa rin naman. But there are no pushovers, kumbaga, yung Hawks. But the Nets would have been favorite. Now, the Bucks are favorites. But we've seen all the favorites go down. So, hindi pa rin natin alam what happened.
It's wide open. And if the 4 remaining teams, they should really do everything they can to win this year's championship. Because, as I said, not only will be the Nets better next year, I believe the Lakers with LeBron and AD will be better. So, mas mahirap Mas mahirap kung bumalik na sa normal health yung mga yan. So, this is their best chance. I'm talking about the Clippers being a haunted franchise. I'm talking about Chris Paul being a haunted player. And I'm talking about the Hawks given they're young and this would never happen. Huwag mo sabihin the Hawks, bata pa eh. So, it's okay. The Hawks, this will be they should go all for it kasi the chances of the Hawks going back to this level next year, I'm gonna bet na medyo malabo yun. Yeah. Medyo malabo.
Hindi naman medyo malabo, pero it's not as easy as it looks.
It will be hard kasi, as we said, may Nets tayong pag-uusapan na medyo sure ball dyan. And the Hawks were lucky na medyo yung Sixers medyo magulo rin. If they played the Bucks, I think mahirapan din sila. So they should not take this for granted. They should go for it. Go for the championship.
These four teams.
Yes.
And if you look at it, I guess the Hawks are one of the healthier teams.
Relatively,
among the 4,
yes.
Diba? Kasi walang major injury. I mean, they have injuries. Si Bogdan pala is medyo not 100%.
Pero tama ka. Tong 4 na to, except for the Clippers, medyo ito na yung healthy eh.
Yeah. And the Clippers just have really one major injury. Pero
yun lang, Kawhi.
Yun yung best player nila. Let's talk about let's talk about the Hawks and the Sixers. So, very controversial ang Sixers kasi it was their series supposedly.
Okay.
Pinag-usapan natin last time, they pretty much dominated mga 80 to 70%. 70 to 80% of the series.
They were up to 1
lamang sila.
They were there up to 1.
The quarter per quarter. I mean, they dominated the first half until maybe the third quarter.
They were up to 1. They were up 20 game 4. They were up 26 game 5.
Yeah.
And game 7 was at home. So, again, my take on this, number 1, Doc Rivers is a choker. I know. Ito, sabi ng mga tao, kasi siya yung pinakamaraming game 7 loss at home. 5 losses in game 7 at home. 9 losses game 7 overall. Most din in history. Sabihin nila, you're penalizing him for getting to game 7. For me, no.
Parang ano yan eh.
Parang LeBron.
Parang LeBron.
Pero hindi
on the MJ debate. LeBron-MJ debate.
You have to win game 7s to win championships eh. You have to win finals to win championships. And if we're judging Doc Rivers based on championships na eh. Kasi, di ba, he's paid like that eh, na one of the best coaches eh, di ba?
Yeah.
So, for me, he's really a problem. I mean, okay, we talk about Ben Simmons being a problem, but also Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers has become, ironically, the one of the bigger problems of the Sixers.
Ang pinaka-problem with Doc Rivers is that he gets so much respect from the league, in the league.
Yes.
Na parang everyone outside of the league, parang they can see the trend, but within the league, he gets very big respect from players, from coaches, from management, and even retired players. They respect him a lot.
But
siguro somewhere there, merong, kahit paano there, he does something good. Pero again, we talked about playoff coaches versus the regular season coaches. Baka he is among the regular season coaches, baka he is the top one there.
If not for the Boston Championship, baka...
Hindi, di ba sabi nga natin, I'm not sure if I said it, di ba? The Boston Championship might have been because of Rondo. more
For KG.
because si Rondo can adapt to situations eh. And that was a veteran team. That
was a veteran team. I was gonna say nga that was a veteran team and that was a team that wanted to win talaga.
And they had players who wanted the limelight or the spotlight and who wanted the moment. They had players who wanted the moment.
I guess that, but people forget about that Boston team. Ito lang, share ko lang. The first round of that team, muntik sila matalo sa first round. Kalaban nila Atlanta nun eh. A very young and walang kwenta.
Horford led. Horford.
Basta 4-3 yun. 4-3.
Lahat
ng road games nun, kumbaga parang road game ng Boston talo sila. Pero pag in Boston, tinambakan nila ng 30, 40 points, 20 points yung Atlanta. Pero umabot ng game 7 yun. So, isipin mo that kind of team na nahirapan pa till the end. Tsaka nag-champion. Napahirapan pa yung pagka-champion nila. Whereas dapat hindi. So, I guess yun nga may something about Doc eh. Yun tama ka na too much respect. Whereas Ty Lue naman, too little respect dahil siguro tinep over siya ni Allen Iverson or what.
Hindi. I think Ty Lue, any coach who has coached LeBron, I don't think they get enough respect.
But he should.
Everyone thinks that like Vogel won't get respect. Pero if you look at what he did last year,
not bad.
It wasn't really about LeBron because defensively they were really even this year, diba? I mean, you'll be surprised Lakers top defensive team without AD, without LeBron, diba? So parang he does magaling pa rin. There are coaches nagkataon lang they have LeBron as their player kaya medyo na under the radar sila. But like I said, we should have more respect for players who coaches elite players like LeBron kasi hindi madali coach certain players. So yun, I think
that's one. Doc, let's talk about Ben Simmons. Kasi pwedeng palampasin si Ben Simmons.
Sobrang dami nang nagsasalita tungkol kay Ben Simmons.
Hindi, sa'yo, I mean, I guess you agree with me that this is the last you've seen of Ben Simmons in Philadelphia.
But I would be surprised pag nag-Philadelphia pa rin siya. I mean, I think for them to be able to get over the hump, they should at least, they should get rid of, they won't
Ben
get
Simmons.
rid of Embiid.
Yeah.
For sure. So yun lang talaga eh. I don't think they will get rid of Tobias.
Yeah.
Kasi he's, kahit pa paano, he's one of their more consistent players eh.
So what's your take on Ben Simmons as a player? I mean, he's a 3-time All-Star. Is he an All-Star? What is he sa'yo?
Well,
after this
is a regular season All-Star. I think same. He is similar with his coach. He is a regular season player. Just like his coach, who is a regular season coach.
Do you see him getting
players
better?
like him are very exposed sa playoffs.
Do you see him getting to another level? Or parang wala ito siya eh. So we'll have to take him as this version.
Pinag-usapan namin yan sa isang group chat kung what's next for Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Dapat parang sinasabi they should change coach or find a coach that can mold him. Sabi ko, he is being paid a lot of money and top level players hire their own coaches to work on certain things in their game, di ba? Like Kobe does it, LeBron does it, other players does it, or teams hire certain coaches to improve certain aspects of a player's game. If Ben Simmons wanted to improve, he can hire any coach he wants to help him with the shooting, to help him with whatever he needs to improve on. So I'm not sure coach ang problem eh. I think it's all mental for him eh.
Did you see yung shooting routine niya before the game? Di ba we see Steph Curry taking shots, yung warm up niya
before the game. Hindi.
Hanapin niyo yung video. He was shooting and yung parang one-legged parang jumpers na medyo malapit lang. Medyo mga siguro sa 10 feet or 12 feet away. One-legged jumpers na parang weird kind of shots na parang people were saying, what the hell are you practicing? Well, I mean, why don't you just practice your free throws? Why don't you just practice your three-pointers or whatever? What kind of one-legged shot are you trying to practice na hindi naman necessary? So I guess it has something to do with himself nga rin. May problema talaga sa kanya. I do not agree na I agree na mukhang we have to take him for what he is. Pero I guess he was also misplaced here in Philadelphia. Hindi siya point guard. And ako lang, for a final take lang here, I think better siya as the role guy in a pick and roll situation. Similar to Draymond, na parang siya yung mag-roll, tapos meron siyang guard, like let's say Lillard or Kemba or whoever, or Kyle Lowry, na pwedeng tumira, pwedeng mag-create. Tapos when mag-switch or matrap yung point guard, he gets the ball like Draymond and he can make plays.
Yeah.
That is the best version of Ben Simmons in my opinion.
Totoo, if Simmons, let's not talk about the threes or the mid-range or the jump shot. If he just improves yung free throws niya, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kasi we feel na he's afraid to get fouled. Eh. Diba? Yun yung parang feeling mentally. Ng marami na parang kaya niya he passed up the
dunk
kanina, diba? The dunk or the layup. I could see ko bakit niya pinas up yun, but again, as a top-level player, dapat you should have taken it by
yourself.
Kasi
why, how could you see how he passed it up? I mean,
because someone, nagulat siya. I think when he turned, nagulat siya may tao because Trae Young was there.
Layo eh.
Pero, I think medyo nagulat siya and then he saw Tybal coming in. Although, again, it's not an excuse for him. I could just see na baka at that moment, naging instinct niya na, may tao. And then, pag pinasa ko to, sure dunk na to or whatever. But again, as a top-level player, he should have went up and just shot it. And he wasn't really touching the ball. Very useless talaga siya dun sa fourth quarter na yun. Even if he touched the ball, he's giving it up. He's not an option. So, I don't think...
And the problem nga, as sabi mo, he touched the ball actually as he's the one bringing down the ball eh.
Yeah.
Ang problem, pag binaba niya yung bola, you can see Gallinari na sa free throw line na.
Yeah.
Di ba? Tapos nandun siya sa 3-point line. Parang sobrang sikip na tuloy down there. Kasi, di ba? I mean, nobody's caring about him. Parang siyang Rudy Gobert, linagay mo sa 3-point area. So I guess dapat nag-adjust nga eh. Again, we're going back to Doc Rivers. We're going back to the coaching. And Ben Simmons, both of them, the two of them talagang given
players like these.
Yeah.
Really, it takes a lot of coaching parang experience ba yan to bench players like these, like Gobert, like hindi naman sila like Giannis eh, diba? Like Giannis is a elite level player na he can contribute in other areas. Mahina lang siya sa free throws.
Pero may test naman si Giannis, no?
Yun nga.
Diba?
Mas marami siyang skill set that's better than any of Gobert if he adds more to his offensive game. Diba? Baka magagamit siya eh. Like si Simmons, ganun din. Just shoot free throws. Yun lang. Kahit na hindi na siya mag-jumper kasi they don't need him to shoot jumpers eh.
Kahit nga 60% free throw lang eh. That was what people were saying. He averaged 34% free throws. That's too low.
Yeah.
Kaya si Shaq ata, has Shaq ever averaged
60 plus yata si Shaq eh.
Yun nga eh. Kaya
si Dwight Gunn sa team nila eh.
Oo nga. Diba? Natuto rin yung mga yun eh. Like kahit si Markel
pa yung mga kalaban kung ifa-foul nila si Dwight eh. Hindi na nga hack ka Dwight na yun eh. Wala na nga nag-hack kay Dwight eh. Diba?
Oo.
Kasi nakaka-shoot na rin siya eh.
Sobrang baba ng 34%. That's really unacceptable. And given Joel Embiid kind of threw him under the bus na eh, di ba? Sinabi niya na natalo tayo dahil sa ginawa mong turning point. Si Doc Rivers threw him under the bus na rin. Si Shaq said na kung teammate niya siya, binugbog na raw niya siya sa locker room. So, all of those things, I think really, it's clear that Ben Simmons is done in Philadelphia. And kung ako ang Philadelphia, maybe I'll try OKC, yes. But I've always said, Portland is the best spot for Ben Simmons.
Tignan natin where he goes.
Talaga,
Ang suggestion
talaga.
ni Komish, Ben Simmons for McCollum, just trade them straight up.
Isipin mo Lillard Simmons pick and roll.
Yeah.
Okay yun, sobrang lupit nun. Saka parehas tong dalawang team na to eh, parang wala na eh, yung roster.
Yeah.
Wala na, hanggang doon na lang.
Sagad na eh. You know that matagal nang ganyan eh. So you know hanggang doon.
Wala na, they have to change something.
And Portland gets a defensive player.
Correct.
Kasi defensively, he helps eh. Diba? The last few possessions, he guarded Trae Young and they nearly got a turnover out of it.
Yes.
So I think defensively, malaki naman na itutulong. It's just that on the other end, useless siya eh. on the other end, di ba? So, yun, we'll see. Hawks move on. Lastly, let's talk about the other half of the conference finals, which is the Clippers versus the Suns. The Suns nanalo today behind Devin Booker's triple-double. Although it was close. Napanood ko yung fourth quarter. It was close. It was close, and then Devin Booker got hot. They weren't able to stop him, and then nag-adjust si Clippers. After mag-adjust ni Clippers, medyo tumahimik si Devin Booker, but the other role players made shots. Like si Torrey Craig hit a big three-pointer, si Cam Payne hit a big three-pointer. Yun yung malaking difference between teams like sina Philadelphia, Utah versus the Clippers. The Clippers made an in-game adjustment on defending Devin Booker. Like, just a few possessions lang when he was really unstoppable. Like, they were trapping him already. No, una, one-on-one defense lang, and then they were just switching it. How do you see the series going?
This will be
Kawhi
close.
Yet, no CP3. CP3 could be out, sabi mo, baka 2 games.
Yeah. I think key dito is CP3. If he comes back, I believe he's gonna play more here this series than Kawhi, if Kawhi ever plays. Mas mauna si CP3, and that's why I choose Phoenix over the Clippers, only because of that. If it's CP3 less and Kawhi less for the whole series, I would feel na Clippers can get this. Kaya ng Clippers manalo here if parehas na wala yung dalawa. But because I'm sure Chris Paul will come back anytime soon, probably game 3. I think I'll give it to the Suns.
Kaya crucial tong first 2 games.
Yes, crucial tong first 2 games. And actually, ang difference though is Phoenix is a really good team. It's a really good team. And their defense is elite. Plus the fact na, as we talked about it, their individual players defend better than Utah. So mas mahirapan yung Clippers to break down the defense and then make those 3-pointers. Plus Ayton can punish them if they play small ball na hindi magawa ni Gobert. So that's why I choose, for all those reasons, magsa-Suns ako. But yung may destiny factor tong Clippers. Hindi ko alam kung anong meron sa kanila na parang yung confidence, yung angas, yung parang
kasi they are a very veteran team talaga. They are not a young team like the Suns or the Hawks. They are veteran team so parang you can see them like when the 76ers went down late in the fourth quarter, makikita mo sa mga mata nila that kinakabahan na sila Diba? When the Clippers Clippers, when the Suns went up 10 points, kasi naabutan ko yun, they were up 10 points, 2 minutes left. Parang wala lang they know what to do and then just play, diba? Parang walang fear. So I think yun yung malaking factor for the Clippers, yung experience and their players being veterans already.
Yes.
Kawhi, sobrang walang balita about Kawhi. So
it's an ACL sprain. Last na to for me. ACL sprain. Usually kung konti lang ang ACL sprain na hindi kailangan ng surgery. Doon na lang ako. Kahit sprain, kailangan ng konting surgery dyan. So, kung pipilitin niya hindi maglaro, hindi surgery at ilaro, it will still take 2 weeks alam ko 2 to 3 weeks. Pero kasi maga yan maga yan So magugulat ako pag makalaro siya this series. Yeah,
I think kaya lang rin nila hindi sinasabi because I think they moved on already and ayaw lang nila
at saka hindi naman si Kawhi parang Embiid na sige lalaruin ko yan kasi kailangan ko ng championship.
No.
'Di ba? Si Kawhi yung tipong 2-time finals MVP, 2-time champion na
si Kawhi nagpauso ng mga ganyan
Oo nga So kaya medyo ako doon, medyo iffy ako na lalaruin niya yan ng ganyan. Feeling ko hindi.
Malabo. I don't think maglalaro. Pero I think they were just lang talaga sila silent. Maybe he can come back if umabot silang finals. They will try it. Siguro if umabot ng game 6 or 7, baka makalaro. But
baka.
But we'll see kung anong mangyayari with that. Ako, tama Suns are deeper. But I'm hoping the Clippers make it. Kahit gawin lang nilang up to 7 games. Keep it close. Para at least, maging exciting naman yung conference finals sa West. But yeah, I think the Suns have done the advantage. Baka nga hindi pa umabot ng 6 if walang Kawhi and bumalik si CP3.
Oo, pag walang Kawhi, baka kayang 5 games yan. Pag walang at may CP3.
Ito, if the second game would be crucial, I think the Clippers need to win that game 2.
Yes.
Steal one at home to give a little pressure sa Suns. If they can't steal that one without CP3, then baka hindi na sila bumalik sa Phoenix. Alright. So yeah, that's it for our playoff roundup. We'll be back on Wednesday. Walang game tomorrow.
Yes.
Eksakto lang, Wednesday break. Tuesday break tayo. Then on Wednesday, I think, Wednesday ba is the West, no?
Wednesday is the West pa rin. Weird ang schedule eh. Kaya nga nagreklamo ang Clippers eh. And then Thursday is the East
The
pa.
East. So medyo mahaba-habang vacation pa for the
Weird.
Hawks and the
They did Clippers wrong. Parang 36-hour break, game 1 agad.
Bali, one day, parang one day.
Bakit hindi na lang nila pinalaro tomorrow, walang game? Diba? I mean, I don't see why. Hindi na lang nila pinahinga yung Clippers for a longer time para game 1 tomorrow. Diba?
Well, okay lang. We'll see you. Anyway, we'll see you again Wednesday, guys, for Playoff Roundup. Bye.
Bye.